quantify an activity. So here we can see a particular specimen of an evaluation study. So here you can see specimen of an evaluation study. In this sort of evaluation study, we use inception report. For example, this study has several parts: introduction, primary findings, evaluation question, data collection instrument, data collection, then sampling, data collection, limitation. These sorts of activities are involved. In introduction, we see description about the current scenario, collection of current status, then preliminary findings has been identified, then evaluation question, then data collection, analysis, sampling strategy, limitation has been identified. And here in the screen, you can see a long specimen for evaluation study. So this sorts of study could be conducted for evaluation purpose. Now, at this point of time, let's see. The next one is ex post facto research. As we were discussing that it is, although different groups are analyzed here to compare regards to independent variables with a dependent variable. For example, if we can study the higher educated people can earn more money. It's an hypothesis, whether it is fact or not. Sometimes we see less educated business person is much richer than the higher educated professionals. There are many private university owners, those who are less educated than the private university vice chancellors and faculties, deans, etc. So if we can try to find out in which particular group of people earnings is much and what is the quality of their earnings, here we can say identify educational level or intellectual level. So which one is dependent? If this sort of study could be conducted, or again, we have been said that ex post facto research is mainly conducted to analyze a previously happened event. It has been happened naturally, but later on, it has been studied to identify the causes. Also known after the facts, the research, it is a method which group with quality that already exists or compares with some dependent variable. These are the features of ex post facto study. Experimental research. From the name, it is clear that it is identification of independent variables as potential causal agent and to identify and to observe the effects of that particular variables. For example, if someone get infected by COVID-19, then effect would be fever. Sometimes it cannot be. So in how many percentage in case how many cases people face fever. So there is a cause and an effect. For example, if COVID-19 continues for another 2 years, then world economy will be reduced at the level of the year 2000. I mean, 20 years, the world will be reversing from its existing situation in 2018 or 19. In some cases, now the scientists are predicting if a human being can control COVID infection within next 1 year, then the world economy will be reviving by 2027. Even in some cases, it is said that the world economy will be reviving by 2033. So the cause is COVID infection, COVID disease, and the effect is world economic loss. Exploratory research is a secondary research to explain findings of a primary research, to explain features of natural phenomena, to define secondary study findings. So if any study match with this particular features could be termed as explanatory research. Then exploratory research involved with exploring general aspects and includes study of a problem about which nothing is very little known, or follow a very formal approach to define a particular phenomenon or to define a particular cause, or identify the root causes of this particular effect. It helps gathering information to study a specific problem very minutely. Therefore, exploratory research has been conducted. For example, while mineral search activity or project is undertaking, then the scientists used to explore bomb in a particular area and measure its effect, whether any mineral resources like gas or coal or any other sorts of minerals are available in that particular area. So these types of research to identify any potential resources is also can be termed also as exploratory research, to explore something. Grounded theory research. Again, we have said that grounded theory research is one sort of secondary research to define. One sort of secondary research is study existing knowledge to offer a new set of knowledge. It is enable you to develop a theory, offers explanation of existing theory, and also to maintain concern of population of subjective area, and the concern is resolved being processed. Everything is covered up and a new theory come up, and this is grounded theory. Historical research. A systematic collection of evaluation of data and describe, explain, understand action and events. Sometimes in the past, events happened in the past. For example, we were discussing about the causes of World War I, First World War, and we also studied the causes of Second World War. Then human civilization invented how we can prevent this sort of Third World War. Therefore, currently diplomatic channel is very active and people are agree to disagree with each other peacefully. Therefore, Third World War is not happening now. But this historical or empirical data, it attempts to make a construction to describe causes of any previous events, and it would like to offer a new solution to a problem through historical experience. Then phenomenological research. It includes descriptive research approach to develop phenomenological philosophy. It aims to understand people's perception, people belief, people thoughts about a particular phenomenon. So it can be termed as phenomenological research. Practitioner research. While any single faculty people are involved in a particular research to solve a current problem, could be termed as a practitioner research. It is conducted by individual or group that assume a dual role, both as practitioners, as provider of service, as a researcher. So if some doctors studied how many patients they are treating in a month, and how many of them